wow. Okay. All right. We should be good now. We should be good. Apologies. I'm doing this solo dolo, so I don't have Silas with me. So apologies, but I think we should be good now. Everyone should be hearing me, and we should be off rock and rolling. Sweet. What's up, everyone? How's it going? All right. So a couple things I want to address before we jump into it. I put a poll up on Twitter and on Instagram to kind of see where the feeling was as far as tour life moving forward. It's no secret that we have had our ups and downs when it comes to having guests on the show, when it comes to me and Yuli's internet connection sometimes, when we're in hotels and random parts of the country that just doesn't have great service. So we've done a few shows now where we've pre-recorded them and then uploaded them later in the evening. I'm thinking that might be the play moving forward. I think also the other thing that allows us to do with me and Yuli, I think is we're more flexible. We're able to potentially film on Monday if it works better in our schedule. We can film on Tuesday if it works better on our schedule. It'll make us be able to be a little bit more flexible. Now, what we will want to do is we will want to still have some live shows, especially after certain events. We still want to do some live stuff, potentially having some live guests in-house. But I think moving forward, it might be best for Tour Life to be pre-recorded, just like the majority of other podcasts out there, and have a few things live. Now, another thing that we could do and mess around with is we might have pre-recorded guests. So if me and Yuli are in a spot where we know we're going to have good Wi-Fi, we might record our guest interviews, pre-record those, and then throw those in the live. So me and Yuli will be live talking about everything, and then at the end of the show, we'll run our interviews with whatever guests. So there's a lot of different ways that we can be flexible with it moving forward. Also, the other thing is if you are part of the Tour Life crew, which boom, right there, Pee-wee, member for 5 months. Let's go, man. Appreciate your support for 5 months, but Tour Life crew right there. If you are a part, we got Disc Golf Lists in the chat. We got, I'll say DGD in the chat as well. If you are part of the Tour Life crew, one thing that I've been wanting to do is have more of these kind of live streams where I can interact with you guys more, answer questions, and have more of a Q&A kind of community, a smaller knit community than Tour Life, where we end up having sometimes over 1,000 people watching live. This hat, I have a way of always having my hats crooked. So right now, the Tour Life crew community is pretty small, and hopefully it continues to grow. And I think what we'll end up doing is eventually have live streams or Q&As with just the Tour Life crew. So I'll still do some of these things that are like the what's in the bag, maybe some giveaways and stuff like that. But in the future, something I definitely want to tap into is doing potentially Tour Life crew only live streams. I believe that would be a good perk. And, whether it's me answering questions about disc that might help you, me answering questions about how to play better in tournaments, how to jump putt, whatever it may be, I think that will be a good benefit for some of the Tour Life crew members. So that is kind of all the announcements, I guess, I have off the top. In this live stream tonight with you guys, I'm going to be going through my bag, the disc that I will be throwing at Fox Run and at Brewster for the 2023 Disc Golf World Championships. Who's that? Thor Liam. 4 months. Tour Life only, TL only vids would be nice. Gives more back to us. Yes. I'm definitely, especially in the off season. Sir Lusion, welcome to TLC, buddy. Appreciate you, brother. Especially in the off season, guys, the Tour Life crew is going to expand. I have a lot of visions for it because right now there are lots of different ways to support Foundation, and TLC is Tour Life Crew. It's, if you're unaware, it's a membership here on YouTube on the Foundation podcast thing, and it's really pretty much just, you can go and click the, I think if you're on mobile or if you're watching on your computer, you can click the join now and kind of see all the benefits and stuff that comes through it. But the Tour Life crew is going to be kind of my baby this off season. I really want to build it out because right now, like I was saying, there's lots of ways of supporting Foundation. You can go and support Foundation by going to foundationdisc.com and having us be your retailer that you buy your disc from. You can support us by watching videos on Foundation's main channel, by watching our podcast right here on Foundation Podcast. We have a Jacob, what's up, man? Welcome. Appreciate you, brother. We have a Patreon as well. And on the Patreon side, that is going to be more of Trevor and Hunter. They do a lot of that content, whether it's extra videos, whether it's something similar to this where they kind of answer some questions. There's a lot of stuff like that to support Foundation. This is one of those additional ones, but it's going to be more kind of under my regime, if you will. So I'm going to be basically taking this over. The Heiser Club is the Patreon. I'm going to be basically taking over the memberships right here on the Foundation podcast, and I'm going to continue to try to build it out, get ideas from you guys, listen to feedback on what you guys want, what different content you want, and kind of build it out. But this kind of is going to be one of the perks, which is going to be whether it's monthly or bi-weekly live streams where I get to interact with you guys more than we do obviously on Tour Life. So tonight we got what's in my bag for the 2023 Disc Golf World Championships. I have an unboxing that we got from Discraft when I was there for D-Glow. There's a couple, I think potentially a new disc that's coming out, and then a couple other discs, and depending on what I have in there, I'm going to pick some of those discs out for giveaway. So be ready to hear what you have to do to enter for those. And then I have a couple other boxes of goodies that I picked up as well that I kind of want to go through, some different discs. And then I'm going to ask you guys or answer questions, kind of answer the questions throughout. I'll be paying attention to chat. And like I said, if you're a member of the Tour Life crew, it's way easier for me to see. Like Pee-wee just posted something. It's way easier for me to see that than not. So that's another kind of benefit. Your name gets highlighted. You have a badge next to you. But yes, what kind of basket you buy? What do we have? Chainstar lights? Is that what that is? Yep. Yeah, we have Chainstar lights. So it's not as heavy as the Chainstar, and it's just a lot easier to break down. It has a base. It has a pole that you screw into. Then you put the cage on top. Then you screw in another pole, and then you put the chains on top, and then you screw a little tab at the top. So. My mic is weird. What's going on with my mic? The crackle is back? Oh no. How about now? When I'm slightly... Oh, I need it. Oh, okay. Hold on. How about now? Test. Okay, I just needed to juice down. There we go. It was peaking. Sorry about that. I just need to juice down my audio a little bit. How's that? We Gucci? Okay, sorry. Thank you for letting me know. And then a little Q&A. I'll be answering questions and stuff as we go. So if you guys have any questions, please let me know. Or just post them in the thing and we'll go along. Now it's quiet. All right, how about now? Test. All right. Jeez. All right, all right, all right, all right, all right, all right. I think we should be good now. I think we should be good now. Just back my mouth up. That also probably could do a little bit better. All right, what's in the bag? Let's go. Let me see if I can move this back further. It is raining cats and dogs. We will be lucky if we can practice tomorrow. Of how bad it's raining. All right, so here we go. Throw my bag up here. Make this super official. Sky streak. No sky streak. No. Let me get the YouTube chat. Is it not coming through my mic? Oh, guys, I haven't. It's not even coming through my mic. Wow. Wow, it's coming. Oh my gosh, you guys are in for a treat now. Look at this. Look at this. It was coming through my webcam. Why did no one tell me? Oh my goodness. I had the wifey have to text me. You guys, the wife texted me before you guys to let me know. Oh my goodness. Come on now. All right. Sorry about that. I can't believe you guys stuck around as long as you did for how terrible that audio is. Was everyone able to hear what I said, or do I need to run through some stuff? We're not tech guys. I know. No, none of us are. I need Silas, man. Everyone's good. Okay. We heard you. All right. Yeah, the wife knows everything. Okay. It was just she said it was just very 2004. All right. Well, that's on par. Okay, let me pull up these comments on my phone because my eyesight's not that great. So I cannot see that far away from where my computer is. And we should be going. Why are there 420 people in here? I wish we had like 5 extra more people, but it is what it is. We are not competing with Kelsey. She will beat us every time. That was very accurate. I was going to say that it was way too good of a mic for that type of shenanigans. Jacob, I know. It takes me a while. I haven't streamed this way for a while. Normally I just hop into this program and then Silas does it. So I guess it auto defaulted to my webcam thing, but we should be good now moving forward. All right. Let's go. What do you guys want to see first? Putters, mids, fairways, or drivers? Got to get Kelsey back into disc golf. I think maybe when I get back home in the off season, putters. Slow to fast. Is that what we want to do? A lot of putters. All right. How do you decide how many different stabilities of zone to bag? All right, I'll get there when we get to zones. That's a great question, actually. All right. It seems like slow to fast is the play. Okay. So we'll go first with my putting putters. So as of right now, what I basically have had for the entire season is I have 3 of my Brodie Swirl Roaches. Now, if you remember, we came out with the Brodie Roach a while ago. It had rubber plastic in it. I like those putters a lot. The only big issue that we were seeing was more on the sales and marketing side. When we did the Roach in rubber plastic, you really only could have a few color combination. The black rubber ended up making a lot of the colors change, or a lot of the plastic change to this like basic color. So this year, or I think it was actually last year that we did this, we went with more of a swirl. So it ends up getting a lot of different cooler combinations. So I found 2 that are roughly kind of the same color scheme. This one obviously with the red shimmer stamp, and then we have the gold on this one. Now this one you can tell by the usage of the stamp that this is my main putter, and then this is just kind of my backup if I end up losing it or whatever in a round. Normally doesn't happen. What's numbers on a Roach? Oh gosh, 2401. Is that right, River? Yeah, these are all max weights. These are all maxed out weights. I try to get maxed out weights for pretty much all my discs. Yeah. Everyone's Goose, you want to say hi? Everyone's saying. Everyone saw you in the background. You say what's that?
Oh, hey guys. I just got my groceries. I'm gonna eat dinner now.
Do I have any non-max weight? I'm sure some of my discs might not be completely maxed out. I might have some stuff that's like 170, but for the majority, it's pretty maxed out. I don't really think you're going to be able to tell a difference between something that's 170, 172, and something that's 173 to 174. You're probably not. What's for dinner? People are asking. He's just eating a full chicken. It's literally he's just eating a full chicken. Max weight is 180 for legal disc. Discraft stickers are 177 plus. Yes. I think would they tell us about that too when they said it's always a little bit higher than what the sticker is? Were you there when they said that? Yeah. What'd they say? Like if it was 177, then it's like if it's stickered at 177 plus, it's normally like 178.
Probably because usually it says like 173, 174. That's probably actually 175.
It's probably 175. Yeah. Okay. I do have a scale, but I normally use it for my food, not my discs. Okay, so these are my 2 putting putters, and then this, when I'm practicing, like in my practice rounds and whatnot, I use this also as a putting putter, so that way I get 3 putts. You know, I can rattle off a lot of good practice putts while we're out there, and I will also use this occasionally for upshots if I need like something flippy. Because this is at this point in time, this is a pretty flippy disc. So it gives me a little bit of that hyzer flip backhand if I need it, which is a very rare shot that I ever do with backhand. And then for forehand, if I want to throw something super touchy, this works really well as well on like Annie or whatnot. So those are the putters. Then we have the mainstays. I got to tell you, this run of Jawbreaker Zones, I'm really enjoying. I have probably, how many of these did I get? Hopefully I got enough. I think I got 5 or 6 of them. But this thing is being really, really nice. I actually probably am going to work in a new one at some point, maybe this week or maybe next week, because this is starting to get a little bit on the straight side, but it's actually really freaking money. So this is a Jawbreaker Zone. Right off the shelf, it's going to be a pretty new, I would say like on the mid level of overstability. So it's not crazy overstable for a zone. It's not flippy or straight for a zone. It's kind of right in that middle section. But once you hit a few trees with it, it turns out to be a really great straight disc because of the stability of it initially. It allows it to where it doesn't flip over, but you can throw it on a little bit of hyzer and it just holds that straight line really long time. And then it comes out just a little bit at the end, but you're not going to get like the crazy big flare skip that you would if you had like a brand new Z zone or something along that. So Jawbreaker Zone. I tried this for backhand today with Ezra. Did not go well. Very flippy. First time I ever threw it backhand, so I could see it maybe be useful backhand in the future, but as of right now, it's not a disc that I really look for backhand. But forehand, absolutely money. I'm throwing that on a couple of the different holes, both on Fox and whatnot. All right, this Roach. I don't know what to tell you about this. Z Shimmer, I think is what they're calling it. I'm not entirely sure. This was, I believe, a Ledgestone drop either this year or last year. And when it comes to throwing putters for me, the one thing that I really want to see is I don't want a really overstable throwing putter. I don't really want an understable throwing putter. I just want something that I can crank and have it go straight. And this is that disc for me. And I'm very happy that I ended up finding this thing. This was given to me by the Ledgestone team when we were up there for Ledgestone. And I was like, yeah, I'll try it out, see if I like it. And if you follow me on Twitter, then you will know that this is the famous disc that I thought someone stole but then they probably saw my tweet that I called them out for being a thief, and then all of a sudden it's ended up being back in my presence. So thank you if you ended up stealing my disc and feeling that you had a heart and had to give it back. I appreciate it because I like it a lot. I only have like 3 or 4 of those. I actually do need to text them to have them send me a lot more because they're really money. All right, folks, it's back in the bag. It was out of the bag. I pulled a Tom Brady. I pulled a who's someone else that's done that. I pulled a Conor McGregor. I pulled a who? I pulled a Michael Jordan. I pulled a Gronk. I pulled a Brett Favre. That's a great one by Jason. Great pull. Brett Favre for sure. Back in the bag. I forgot how many times I throw this disc on Brewster, and it's too good. So what needs to happen now is I need to get another Get Freaky and basically just kill it by just throwing it at walls and trees and whatnot and get another one like this. Because right now I don't have a Get Freaky that flies this way. This is essentially when people are asking about my zones, how do I get my stabilities with my zones? And Eric, you just asked, is it flippy? It's not flippy in the sense of overall disc. It's flippy for a zone, but it's not flippy. So this Jawbreaker zone, when I throw this and I throw these 2 discs on forehand hyzer, like mini hyzer, they both will flip up to flat. The only difference is this one will just kind of coast for a while, and this one will come out a little bit more at the end. So when I'm looking for something to go straight for a while, but then I want it to get a little bit right at the end, this is perfect. When I want something to just go straight the entire time, this is perfect. So that is kind of the difference between these 2. All right. And then we're going to go with I saw someone earlier talking about ESP, that they, threw their first ever ESP zone and like it was the slickest, like it slipped out of your hand. That unfortunately sometimes happens with that ESP plastic. It's definitely happens more, I think, for newer ESP plastic. As ESP kind of gets beat in and gets worn, it ends up becoming a lot more grippy. So if you did have an ESP and you didn't like it, I would say try to break through throwing it in because it does get a lot better. So this is my Dark Horse ESP zone that I have. Now this one is a notch up from this. So this is almost more of your true zone flight. So if a basic zone, it's going to not really flip up to flat if you throw it on hyzer. It'll kind of just hold that for a little bit and then it'll finish decently. That's this zone. So I can throw this zone on a little bit of an ante for flex shots in the woods. And then if I want something to also finish with like a little bit of a skip at the end, I will bust out this zone as well. I personally prefer Ezra's Chally SS over the Roach, but those do sound interesting. Ooh, you have a Chally SS. Someone likes your Chally SS in here. Cheyenne, he's actually one of the mods. One of the mods is an Ezra Chally SS guy. Any updates on it? It's always a passion drops. We have not heard anything yet. Oh, is Hunter in here? Did Hunter say? What did Hunter say? Oh yeah, the Brodie Stamp Z Metallic Roaches are money too. Those are actually money. So if you're looking for a metallic roach, we have some on foundationdisc.com right now. Is your bag custom? Oh, good question. So this is, let's see if you can see it. There you go. This is an Atlas prototype bag. So we don't have this for sale yet, and it is not completely where I want it to be for a pro bag. We're going to call it a pro bag, but it's mostly for... It'll be mostly for players that carry a lot of discs or want to just have a little bit extra space. You'll see the difference. The big difference with this one too is like the pockets on the side go up a lot higher. So this bag, you can put a bunch of discs, which I'll show you. You can put a bunch of discs on the side as well. It's got these nice little clips at the top where I can put in my Atlas, chalk bag. I can put my chalk bags in there, and then I got my rangefinder on the other side. We're working it out right now. We wanted to kind of see what happens through the entire season. And there's a lot of positives that I like about the bag, but there's still some things that I want tweaked to make it even better before we actually release it. So we'll let you know when that's all good and done. But if you haven't checked out Atlas, definitely check it out. And Hunter's in the chat too. So if I miss anything, questions or anything, and Hunter responds to you, that is your answer. So that it worked out perfectly that Hunter's in here right now. Brodie, you should reach out to Prize Picks to get disc golf back and get them to sponsor the channel. Here's the problem with Prize Picks. We were talking with them about potentially doing a sponsorship, working together. I think the biggest issue with them is they were just struggling with, there wasn't enough action in disc golf to where if they put out a line and the line was like really bad, a lot of people, could take that bet and bet a lot of money and win a lot. And then the line's not really changing all that much, or when it does change, no one's really betting it, right? There was a lot of people that would just jump on and bet it. And I just don't think they had really great line setting, or line makers, I guess is the terminology. And I think they ended up just losing a lot of money. I think one tournament, do you guys remember what tournament that was? Music City. Music City. The weather was terrible, and they changed the layout. And I think they just went off of scores from last year. Did they make it to where it was like they made it to where everyone was going to shoot. They thought everyone was going to shoot way better than they did. Yeah. Yeah, so they made the course a lot harder. They didn't really adjust the lines for that. And so I think they ended up losing a lot of money. And they were just like, bro, we're done with disc golf. So I think there is potential for disc golf betting. And I think that is one way of growing sports, is having betting, because you end up just having people that might not even play disc golf, might not even care about disc golf, but love to gamble. And now all of a sudden, if I'm betting Gooseman to shoot 65, I'm going to tune in to see if Gooseman is going to shoot 65. Now, the issue, I would say, is you probably can only really make lines for people that are going to be on coverage, because if you make a line for someone that's not going to be on coverage, then it's not really going to entice people to tune in and watch. But neither here nor there. So we'll see. We'll see if betting gets back into disc golf. I think it'd be a great thing. Obviously, if you bet responsibly, but we'll see. All right. What else we got? Hey, good luck, Ezra. Everyone wish Ezra good luck. Everyone wish Ezra good luck in his phone call in the chat. Big phone call coming up. It's definitely not your mom, because you would not walk away like that if it was your mom. Also, your mom sounds super young, but not too young. Wanted to make that super apparent. All right. Moving on to the zones still. We're still on zones here. So I have two other Jawbreaker zones. This was like kind of before I had this one, the white one, this was kind of my go-to Jawbreaker zone. It is a little flippier, just a little flippier than this one. So I've got this one. This one's a little flippier. And then I've got this one, which is even flippier than this one. So this one is super like scramble mode. Oh, what did this person say? Why is Foundation not on Rumble or Odyssey? I'm the top disc golf channel on both. It's a good backup in case any accounts get compromised again. Interesting. I'm sure Hunter will, if Hunter's still on here, I'm sure Hunter will respond. I think Rumble is a paid like a paywall, I believe it is. we don't really want to make. We want to make the majority of our content because obviously we do still have some stuff behind. Oh, Rumble is free. Huh. Oh, so you're just saying kind of re-upload the videos that we already upload on YouTube on Rumble is what you're basically saying. The other one I've never heard of. Odyssey, I've never heard of that. Rumble is free. Okay. Yeah. I saw some people kind of do that back in the day. Like they would upload their YouTube videos on Facebook. I don't really know if that's still happening anymore. I'm definitely a YouTube simp. I've loved YouTube. I've been with them for a very long time now. Hunter's never heard of Rumble. I've heard of Rumble. There's definitely a lot. It's basically the I think like Steven Crowder got kicked off of YouTube and went on there. I think some like Twitch streamers or some other people that, get canceled on YouTube go there. So I'm not really entirely sure. It's a conservative social. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, that's why like Steven Crowder went over there. Yeah. So all right. Oh, maybe something to look into. It's a lot of politics. Yes. Okay, that's what I thought. But I've never really gone over there. So, all right. Going back to zones, we've got 3 jawbreaker zones. Honestly, these two are so close together that I don't really ever throw this one. I throw this one, but it's nice to have a backup because this is such a useful disc that I throw all the time. That's probably the only reason that's actually in my bag. So those are all my zones. So you can kind of see I really have 4 zones where the white jawbreaker zone and the clear get freaky are the 2 that I throw the most. And then the ESP zone and the flippy jawbreaker are the 2 I throw the least. But they obviously have their importance as well. If you guys are watching right now too, drop a like on the video. Let's see if we can get some likes going. That helps the live stream out a lot. So if you're watching, drop a like down. We appreciate it. And then obviously you have to know that I'm bagging the Get Beefy. That is clear. Definitely needs to be in the bag. Zone OS. Lots of different options for the Zone OS, but the Get Beefy is the Crystal Flex. So for me, it feels the most similar to the Get Freaky. And it's one that I will throw into extreme headwinds. It's a disc that I'll throw if I really need to throw something, a flex shot, and I really want it to get out. Or if it's something that I want a big skip, the Get Beefy is great for all those different shots. So, and this is not as overstable either as the original run of Zone OSs. Obviously now there's 5,000 Zone OSs and all different sorts of plastics and whatnot. So like my Tour Series one, I believe is a little bit more overstable than this Get Beefy. So there you have it. Those are all the putters and zones. Let's move on to mids. And to start our mids, I actually just put a new one in the bag today. But these are like my I'll go from the ones I throw the most first. So normal buzz, Brodie Buzz, super classic. You get these in the 3-pack ESP plastic. This has been in my bag for quite some time now. It's straight with a little bit of fade at the very, very end. And this is just kind of my go-to mid-range, especially in the woods. ESP Plus. It's not a glow. That one's just straight up ESP. Then we have the Get Flippy. This is the Meteor, the Jawbreaker Z Meteor that we just did a run of not that long ago. I don't know if these are actually, I don't know how many of these are still on the site. There might still be some. But this is the Meteor. You guys know I absolutely love the Meteor. And this is a disc that I threw on, I'm trying to think. I threw this on a couple holes at Idlewild. And then I don't really throw it on that many holes in Brewster because Brewster's a lot of the holes on Brewster are either zones or passions. The mids kind of get missed a little bit on Brewster. And if it is a mid, it's like fades off way much to the left. But this is a pretty much money meteor if you're looking for something that's straight. This is almost a longer roach. So like how this flies is very similar to how this flies when it's off the shelf. And that's why I like it a lot. It's a point and shoot disc for me. All right, then we have the classic, obviously the Ohio State. This is under the Dark Horseman Meteor that we did. This is glow, and this has just been in my bag for I don't know how long. Very, very understable at this point, so I can throw a lot of very creative turnover shots with this boy. Is it comparable to the Comet, just a different feel? I think the Meteor and the Comet are very similar with what you can do with them. Why flip when you can flex? Yeah, exactly. That's the old janky Discraft glow, right? Not very bright. No, I think this one is pretty bright. I'm pretty sure this one lights up pretty good when I turn the lights off. That one's pretty money. Comet has a bead. Yeah, the 100%. The main difference between the Comet and the Meteor, I would say, is the feel of the two. They probably fly very similar. You can find plastics in both that fly very similar. Brodie, when you finish, can you do your top 5 discs in the bag or top 10, whatever you feel? Okay, yeah, I like that. Dark Horse Glow is pretty good. Yeah, those turned out really good. How big of a super chat to throw the OSU disc in the fireplace? Not gonna happen, brother. Why don't I bag a soul? I don't know. That's a good question. I guess I just started throwing the Meteor before the soul. Yeah, I have no soul, I guess. Again, soul and Meteor, very similar discs as far as what they're capable of doing with the flight. I guess I'm sure there are some differences there in like how they feel. I'm not the greatest when it comes to that. So to me, it's a Meteor all day, baby. Have I tried the 100K Foundation Passion? I have not. I am very interested in trying it and seeing how that flies, though. Too shallow? Yeah. Soul might be for small hands. All right. Last one I just put in my bag is Ezra's Crystal Nebula is what this is. Crystal Nebula. This is a little bit smaller, so it's not as wide as the Buzz. A little bit smaller in diameter. And also the bottom part of the disc, so down here, has some texture to it, which I actually don't mind. And something maybe that more discs might, like that to me almost feels like something that would be sick as a add-on or like a variation that you could have as a disc, right? You could have a zone and be like, hey, I want textured bottom. Because maybe that makes, you like the feel of the grip or whatnot. What numbers on the Nebula? I hate the diameter of the Buzz. It flies literally like a Buzz. I don't know the Nebula numbers, but it flies like a Buzz. This Nebula, very overstable though. So this Crystal Nebula, very, very overstable. But Ezra has like 2 or 3 Nebulas in his bag. They fly very similar to my Buzz. So I should bag a Calvin Destroyer. Well, that would be illegal and I would break my sponsorship. So I do not want to do that. I'm very happy with being with Discraft right now, and I do not want to do anything to mess that up. Versus the Malta, I don't know anyone that throws the Malta. What about an Athena? We'll get there in a second. Did you play with Halan in Toronto? I have no idea. No, I don't think so. Banger GT is an all-time mold. Some people really love the beat Banger GT. Is that a Macbeth rub? No, I honestly have no idea who throws the Malta. If you guys know someone that throws it, on tour, please let me know. A lot of people throw Buzz OS. I messed around with the Buzz OS for a little bit. I know Gooseman, that's like his go-to mid. He throws a lot of Buzz OS. No, Paul doesn't really even throw the Malta. Why not beat in the Buzz instead of the Meteor? You can, but obviously there's different. The Meteor, when you beat in a Meteor, that will give you a different flight than a beat in Buzz will. And a beat in Buzz will also be a different flight than a Meteor. Right? So that's one thing to take into account is you can always go one stability up and beat it in. But the main difference, because I will say this Buzz is a beat in Buzz. And this is a pretty newish Meteor. The main difference between these two flights, you won't really be able to tell that much of a difference in the first 200 feet of the flight. But the last 200 you will. The Buzz and the Meteor, the last 200 feet, this will just keep pushing straight. The Buzz, last 200 feet, because it is a little bit overstable, or was overstable, I guess you can say, as it starts slowing down, it will have that overstability in it, and it'll fade out to the left. That's the biggest difference between a beat-in overstable disc and a disc that, a beat-in disc that's a little bit more overstable than another disc. That's the main difference. So it's important to have those two in your bag and not just one. Randall needs a blowfly. Oh boy. Buzz has always felt deep for me, but appreciate the flight on a good throw. Yeah, the deepness of a lot of discs, it's very interesting how some people talk about that. People have talked about that with the Raptor, like the Raptor being way too shallow. I don't really know. Do you power grip everything or fan grip mids and putters? I fan grip mids and putters, power grip everything else. The only time I'll ever, it's pretty much what I do, yeah. Can you throw DGA, Brodie? I can. I used to have a Hypercane in my bag way back in the day. I messed around with the Hypercane for a bit. Does Goose use the Buzz OS for flex forehand? I wouldn't really say flex forehand. But he does throw a Buzz OS for a longer zone. I know that. But I don't know if he really throws it like on a flex forehand. He doesn't really throw that many flex forehand shots. Are we getting another Corgi? If you didn't see that video that I posted or the video that Kelsey recently posted on TikTok, there is talks. We're in talks. Eric, are you secretly Kelsey? Can you sign my zone at Worlds? Yes. Just ask me after my round. After my round, no problem. Mid-range weights. I believe all those are 177 plus. Would I caddy for Goose or Ez if you got cut and they didn't? I would if they asked me, but they're not going to ask me, so I'm not going to. Okay. Let's go to fairways, and then I'll keep answering questions. Okay, so you guys know I love the passion. Obviously, love the passion, and I want to work in. It's always a passion because I think it's gonna be money. I've thrown it a few times because I wanted to just make sure that it is stable the way I like my passions, and it is. However, I don't know if taking a disc that I have been throwing for, the last 2 months or 3 months and being very comfortable with it, taking it out of my bag to put a disc in my bag to just try to generate sales right before Worlds is a smart decision. That's not me. I'm never going to have something in my bag that is going to potentially be worse than another disc, or something that I'm not necessarily worse, but a disc that maybe I'm not even comfortable with because I haven't thrown it enough just to try to generate sales or try to get people to buy it, right? Never going to do that. I'm always going to throw the stuff that I'm comfortable with that I got. Now, could I see myself the next 2 or 3 weeks throwing in It's Always a Passion in and getting comfortable with it, for sure. But right now, it's not in the bag. I've got my Flippy Passion, which is this glow. I think it's just an ESP glow Flippy Passion. And then I've got my Jawbreaker Z Passion that you guys have probably seen me throw a whole bunch. These are money. Yep. Jonathan, this is the one you're talking about. Boom. This is my go-to, throwing this a whole lot this week on both courses. So those are my two passions. Now, we move over to the vultures. I do have one new disc that I put in the bag this week for vultures because it was a disc that I was missing slot-wise, and I needed it, so it's in the bag. So here we go. And this disc might come out of the bag. So this used to be my vulture that I used to throw a lot, ESP vulture, but it doesn't have necessarily the flight that I'm looking for right now. So I put in this misprint Holland Hanley Tour Series. I mean, first off, this is a sick looking disc, but I put in this. It's got a little bit more pop top to it, which I like, especially for backhand because I don't really forehand vultures at all. But I like it a lot more, the flight of it, because it's a little bit more on the neutral side, but it still is stable enough at the end to come out. So that is my vulture. Not flippy. I would say more neutral. No onyx. To me, the onyx and the vulture fly identical. I can't tell a difference for me between the two. Can you show the fan grip? So thumb is on top, index finger, middle finger, ring finger underneath. None of them are curled except for the pinky. Pinky's the only one curled. The other three are all sitting on the bottom of the disc. Compare vulture versus onyx. What do you mean compare vulture versus onyx? I just said that I can't tell the difference between the two. I was really surprised the first time my onyx flipped over on me. I thought it'd be more like a Thunderbird or Reaper, I guess. Again, a lot of times it just depends on the run, depends on the plastic. So you gotta find the ones that fly the way you want them to. How far do you throw with a fan grip? I mean, mids I can throw close to 400 feet. Onyx is faster and more sensitive, in my opinion. Okay. They go the same distance, so I don't know what the faster thing means. Power grip. This is it's the simplest power grip of all time. I just have my four fingers on the rim, thumb on top. Super simple. Mine flies like a raptor. Do you want a caddy for Worlds? I already got one, Hans. Appreciate you though, brother. Paul throws the vulture a lot now. It's a really good disc. Okay. So these two vultures, don't be surprised if this comes out of the bag and this is just replaces it. But right now I'm still messing with them. I've got a few more days before World starts. Still messing with them, but it's starting to feel like this is really my go-to vulture. And this one, it's run its course. It might be coming out of the bag. And then I have Mr. Beefy ESP overstable vulture. Crazy overstable. I really, really wanted those. If you have a Get Sneaky is very similar to the flight of this disc. The Get Sneakies, which I'll probably put in my bag again If you haven't picked one of those up, I think those are on the site. I'll probably put a Get Sneaky in my bag and probably take this one off. But this bad boy is fire. Absolutely love this. Super, super overstable. Has really good dome to it as well. And they're sold out. The Get Sneakies are. Oh, well. You know, you got to move quick. We know, but at this point you got to move quick. Commonly when I hear someone say a 10 speed is faster than another 10 speed, they mean disc A will go to 400 feet in a shorter time than disc B. See, to me, this is how I view it. I can throw a Passion 400 feet. I can throw a Buzz 400 feet if I'm in an open field, right? However, if I have, let's say, a 20-foot low ceiling shot, okay, I have to throw something under 20 feet. I can no longer throw a Buzz 400 feet, but I can still throw a Passion 400 feet. To me, that's what I think the biggest difference in speed, and that to me is the only thing that matters when it comes to speed, is if I drop the distance, right? If I'm no longer throwing a shot up in the air and it's able to use its ability to stay in the air for a while and glide essentially longer, if that is reduced and now I'm throwing a shot 10 feet off the ground and it's just staying 10 feet off the ground the entire time, to me the speed is, because I'm not throwing putters slower. It's not like in golf where the golf ball, when you hit it with a driver, it comes off the driver's head faster than if you hit it with a pitching wedge. I'm pretty sure I can throw a putter, the same speed as I can, or if not the same, very similar to where it's almost no difference than a distance driver. So that has no bearing at all. The only thing is when you take a putter or a mid and now and you drop. Oh, I'm still sick, so I apologize. And you drop. I didn't want to say glide, Duval. You saw me struggling to try to say a different word. I did not want to say glide, but it was the best word to use at the time. If you drop the launch angle of putters and mids, and you drop the launch angle, now all of a sudden the slower speed discs go drastically slower or go drastically shorter. But if you take me out, like I said, in an open field, I can throw a Buzz just as far as I can throw a Passion. Do I think the Passion is truly a -1 turn or more flippy? I'll be the first to tell you guys, I have no idea what flight numbers mean. I'll be literally the first to tell you. I know obviously the first number is speed, right? So I know if it's a 1, it's probably a putter. And if it's a 13, it's a distance driver. I know that. Outside of that, I don't know anything about flight numbers because to me, I think for newer players, they definitely help give you an idea of what a disc is supposed to do. But for me, I have my molds. I'm not changing my molds. It'd be very hard for me to put a new mold in my bag. Very, very difficult. So really all I'm really looking for is I'm looking for how it flies. So you could give me a disc and you could tell me the flight numbers are blah, 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 blah. I do not care. I'm going to go out to the field. I'm going to throw it. And if that's what I'm looking for in that slot in my bag, I'm throwing it. But I can see the point of flight numbers because it will direct you in the right direction if you're looking for a specific disc that you want. But also at the same time, flight numbers for every company is different. So there is no uniform thing between manufacturers. Every manufacturer has their own how we do flight numbers. So there you go. Brodie, come on, man. You should be in Rochester. I don't think so, Michael. I think I should be exactly where I am right now to try to freaking play well at Worlds. To me, that is the most important thing, and that is why I'm here. I've already gotten 4 rounds in, 2 at both courses. What's the 5 most important slots? Ooh, I'll have to think about that. Have I thrown a Hornet? No. What is your favorite zone to get freaky? Oh, did you just show up? Yeah. You might want to scroll back earlier. I went through all my zones already. Remember, flight numbers are relative to speed. Okay. Let's go with now my Raptor / overstable fairway spot. So overstable fairways. I've got my beat-in Z Raptor. So this is my flippy Raptor is what I call it. I can throw this on a baby hyzer and it will stand up to flat and fly for the most part pretty straight for most of the flight. Do not really mess around too much with this backhand. I will occasionally throw this backhand on very specific tee shots, but for the majority of the time, this is a forehand only Raptor. Then we go to this is what me and Ezra call our stock Raptor. This is what a Raptor should be right off the shelf, just overstable. Raptor is the worst. Grizzly, what is better than a Raptor? If a Raptor is a terrible disc, what do you throw for your overstable? Can you throw that Raptor 500 feet? Again, yes. Would it be a shot that I would ever throw? No. Does Yuli sponsor you to throw the Raptor? No. Z Extreme? My Raptor slot is a Sexton Firebird. Pretty much the same disc. Same slot. Sorry. I should say same slot. Everyone needs an overstable fairway. So this is my right off the shelf stock Raptor. If I lose this, super easy to replace. I've got 20 of them with me right now that I can just throw in the bag. And this is my overstable forehand and backhand Raptor. It's the Kobe Raptor too. So it's the yellow and purple. Then I've got my 2 machetes. I've got my ESP machete that's been in my bag for a very long time at this point. So this thing still very, very overstable. But what's your question, Jacob? How far I throw that? Wait, what's your question? Hold on. Are you just asking how far I throw Raptors? How much putting do you do daily and from what distance? Right now I'm doing probably like an hour to an hour and a half. Okay, forehand Raptor, I'm throwing max probably like 360. 365, 370 is probably right around max what I would throw for a forehand. Backhand, I can go all the way up to 400, but I normally probably don't throw. It'd be a very specific shot for me to throw 400. I would say 375 to 400 is probably what I throw for backhand. Throw the disc into something. All right, 2 machetes. My beat-in ESP machete, and then this is my more newer Z machete. This thing is probably the most overstable disc I have in my bag. It doesn't really go very far. You can kind of see it's a little puddled top on the top there. But these 2 things, I throw the crap out of this one. I throw this disc probably more than all my other Raptor or all the other overstable fairways. I very rarely throw this, but this does help with like a flex shot in the woods or if I'm throwing in something in the water. So the machete, absolutely fire. People are just wanting me to throw stuff in the fireplace. Come on, guys. I can't be doing that. This is a Airbnb. That would be sad Raptorious. The machete more for your backhand? No, I go backhand forehand with machetes. I throw both. Love it. How many discs do you travel with? Oh, man. I got so many in my car right now, but a lot of that's just because I got discs from Ledgestone and then I got more discs at Discraft. So I definitely have more than normal. All right, let's keep it rolling. We are going to go with our nukes. Now, do not freak out when you see how many nukes I have. We're playing 2 courses, so it is important to have multiple nukes. Your boy, this is how many nukes I carry. What is that? 7? I have 7 nukes in my bag. Okay? Nukes, baby. 7 of them. No Undertakers. No. I'm a passion guy. Once I found out about the passion, the Undertaker came out of my bag immediately, and I went, all right, Grizzly, you just think every disc I have is terrible. And that's very mean and very sad. I don't like it. Have I thrown a first run ESP nuke? Probably not. It's always a Venom. Sometimes a Venom. All right. We're going to go from stabilities here. Let's go from stabilities. Okay, that, and then that, and then this one, and then this one, and then this one. Okay. If you want to send me one, Pee-wee, you can. That's fine. I can do a test of a first run. Send it to Foundation because I'm going to be there in a few weeks. So Pee-wee, hit up Hunter or Trevor or Brad and ask for the address and send it in to them, and we'll do like a review on it. That'll be kind of cool. All right, Venom versus Nuke. What's the difference? Rim width is probably gonna be the biggest difference between those. The width of the rim is gonna be much wider with the Nuke versus a Venom. So when you grip it, if you don't like how far away your fingers are from your hand, with a Nuke, a Venom might be a good choice for you. I want you to sign my Sky Streak. I will sign it. Brodie, stop by Failure Lake with the boys. Brilla and Hamas just went ask them. Maybe afterwards. Can you go through the plastic types from flippy to overstable on the nukes? Yes. Okay, so here we go. ESP, this is my pink ESP nuke. I throw this only forehand. This is my flippy ESP nuke. Only throw this forehand. Then I have my blue ESP nuke that is a little bit more stable than the pink one. So again, mostly forehand. Actually, always forehand. I don't think I ever throw this backhand. So those two are very forehand discs. And if you throw forehand and backhand and you throw hard, you will realize that discs that are flippy for your forehand are even more flippy for your backhand. So you have to end up getting a really, really flippy disc for your backhand, and it's almost perfect for your forehand. That's kind of how I figure out what's going to be good and whatnot. So once a disc starts getting too flippy for a backhand, it almost turns into an awesome forehand disc. Then I just put in this new double stamped Tour Series nuke. Oh my gosh. Ezra's Tour Series nuke this year. These things, probably the most pop top nuke I've had ever in my bag. This goes extremely far. So this is not a forehand disc because I kind of just put it in my bag for Fox Run this week because I really need just a disc that I can absolutely bomb. I'm messing around with it a little bit, and it does just that. It goes really far. Then I've got my Page Shoe Jawbreaker Z nuke that I put in my bag at Ledgestone. These things are straight as an arrow. I love that. Again, if you know me, I love throwing the Passion. I talked about that. My Roach, my Get Flippy. I love throwing discs that I can just throw on a baby little bit of a hyzer, and wherever I aim, hopefully it's in the right direction, that's where this disc is going. So my Page Shoe nuke is, again, only a backhand disc. Now, a forehand and backhand disc. The first disc that I throw forehand and backhand is this TI nuke, titanium nuke. Good pop on it. I throw this forehand and backhand. Forehand, it flips up to flat, will not turn over, but has a good stability at the end. Backhand, it will flip up to flat, turn a little bit, and also come out. So depending on what I'm looking for with the flights, I'll bust this thing out. I throw that disc quite a bit actually on Brewster forehand. Then we go with our Yuli ESP nuke. This bad boy
has been in the bag for a while. Yuli gave this to me, I believe, at DDO this year, and it was overstable to begin with. I've beat it in a bunch to where now it's that perfect overstable beat-in disc for me. I throw this backhand if I'm looking for something that will not go right ever, doesn't flip up really that much, and has a good finish at the end, and then I'll throw my flex forehands with this. Then we move on to the ESP nuke. Now, I have a good story. This thing's got a good pop top too. Got a good story about this. When I was out at European Open, there is a store there that sells those like weird, barefoot shoes. I don't know what they're called, Vivos or something like that. They sell those shoes, and they also sell discs. So I went in there to check it out. Ended up buying a pair of the shoes, which I kind of want to mess around with this offseason and train with. But found these nukes at the bottom of, like, they weren't even out. It was in a box underneath all the discs, like underneath the table. And I was like, bro, these are so such a good pop top to them. And they felt, again, I'm not the greatest at being able to tell if a disc is going to be overstable or flippy. They felt that they could be overstable. Went out to the field immediately, threw it, and I was like, holy cow, love it. So I got all of them. I got them all. I bought all of them. And gave one to Ezra, so he's got one in his bag that he throws. And this will be the disc that you'll see me throw on hole 18 at Fox Run, hopefully late in the tournament, because I can just smash this thing out to the left and it fades left. Do you ever buy discs online? I do not. No. All right, so those are the nukes. Now we are going to go to the Nuco S's, my overstable. We're going overstable. Hold on. Oh, actually, let's go Flippy Boy. Sorry, I forgot. I have one Z Avenger SS, super flippy. Obviously, my roller disc, get out of trouble disc. We'll throw this forehand flip up as well in the woods. This is kind of just like my let's make moves kind of disc. Yeah, that's the roller. Sorry. And again, if we're playing if we're playing OTB, if we're playing Portland, I'll probably put one or two other roller discs in that have different variabilities of stability, because those courses require a lot of rollers. This, I just need something flippy. That's all I need. I don't need like something flippy, something super flippy. So, I don't need to get too crazy with this, because there is no roller. There is no shot off the tee that's a roller. If I'm throwing a roller, it's because I threw a terrible shot. And the ones that I'll actually throw in will be my Janus Thrasher. That will be the other roller disc I throw in. And then sometimes I mess around with a Scorch as well. All right, so that's pretty much everything. The last two discs are my beat-in ESP Nuco S and my super overstable Nuco S. And that will clear out the bag. Whew. All right, let's open this box and see what kind of giveaways we're going to be doing, folks. And get a little bit closer now. How's everyone doing tonight? Everyone doing all right? Didn't you have a Z Glow Nuke SS for a roll? I do. And that will be another disc that I potentially put in as well. No force in the bag. Nope. Nuke OS guy. What's the most exciting hole at Worlds? Gosh. Most exciting hole at Worlds, man. That's a good question. I mean, I think 18 probably has the most exciting tee shot because of the risk reward. I would say the best hole, or like the most challenging hole, 16 is super challenging. Hole 5's a good one. Yeah, hole 5 at Fox Run's a good one because you got the water right there. That is a good one. 7, par 5. You might see some people, we messed around. You'll see the practice round come up. We messed around going for eagle on that. I think We got to like 615, 620 downhill to try to go eagle. So that could be. Easiest hole might be hole 6. That might be the easiest hole we play all year, potentially. Can Ricky break his major losing streak? Well, Robert, if he wins this week, he definitely can. I'll say that. If he wins this next week, he definitely will break his major. When are the doubles battles coming back? Maybe USDGC, like the last tournament. The last tournament of the year, we just pull out the doubles battle. Calvin will be the guest this week on the practice round. What's a good worlds for you? Top 10, top 25. I don't believe, gosh, I'll have to look back. I don't think I have a top 25 at a major, which is not good. I'm not happy. Champions Cup, I played. Oh, no, that's not. I think I got top 25 at European Open last year. Got 42nd at European Open this year, and then 83rd at Champions Cup. So that was not good. And then last year, I got 16th at European Open, 41st at Worlds, 51st at Champions Cup, 2021, 71st at USCGC. Yeah, so I only have one top 25, one top 20 finish, and that was at European Open, which was a super weak field. So not very impressive. So yeah, I mean, I think a top 20 finish this week would probably be a pretty good accomplishment. I don't know if I would be happy with it right afterwards. I'd probably be pretty upset. Not pretty upset, but I'd be probably disappointed. So to me, I think a top 10, I would be very happy with a top 10. But I don't know. I like my chances here. What's going to be the excuse next week? Any injuries? No injuries. Body's feeling pretty solid and no longer sick. I think, Stan, you only follow me a couple tournaments this year, man, because I would say I'm probably maybe one of the best on tour about not making excuses for my poor play. I do a pretty good job of letting people know that I either putted really bad or I threw a lot of OB shots. Don't really make too many excuses when I play bad, unless something actually is happening, which I don't even know necessarily if it's an excuse. Most of the time, it's more to let people know, like, hey, I'm feeling like absolute dog crap. There might be a chance that I don't play tomorrow. So that way, if I end up, pulling out or whatever, people aren't just like, what the heck? What happened? I feel like I do a pretty good job of cluing you guys in on what's going on. Hate that the two best Norwegian players boycotted Sula Open. Felt like people looked at Norway if they didn't have any good players. Your thought on the boycott? I did hear a little bit from that of where they were like involved, and then all of a sudden they kind of just got cut out for the tournament and they were bummed out about it. So I can't fault them for, not wanting to play it, but yeah. Good luck at Worlds. Thanks, Jamie. Appreciate it, brother. Honesty is the best policy. You can only grow from it. Yeah, I mean, obviously, if I go out and I break my hand and I can't throw as well as I normally can, I'll probably let you guys know, like, yeah, today's round was really tough. I broke my hand and it was tough out there. And if I go out and I just play poorly, I'll do the same thing. I'll let you know, like, yeah, I just played poorly, missed a lot of putts, threw some bad shots, and scored bad. I think I try to stay as honest as possible. I think too, it's framing. Framing is very, very important. Me saying, hey guys, I'm not feeling that great, might not be able to play tomorrow, is different than me making a post saying like, hey, I shot even par or 5 over, but I'm super sick and that's why. And, I just couldn't, I almost passed out. The framing of how you word things, I think, is also really important. Honest question, not trolling. You ever scared you got to take a dump while throwing? No. I normally have a good idea of when I need to use the restroom, and normally it never happens mid throw. Is Johannesburger going to caddy for you? No, she is dominating right now in Vegas. Got to prepare for it. Pee-Wheat says it happens. All right, well, it hasn't happened to me, and hopefully it doesn't happen to me next week. What do you think is a shot that needs the most work? One that I've been really, really working on a lot is my standstill putter up shots. Standstill backhand putter up shots is something I've been working on a whole lot. All right, let's go. We've got a kind of a mystery box in the sense that I don't know what the colors are and I don't know what the stamps are. I kind of have an idea what the discs are going to be, the molds. And, well, stamps meaning like the foils. Sorry, I don't know what the foils are. I know what the stamps are. So, mystery box and Team Discraft mystery box, if you will. Or Discraft mystery box if you're not, if you're anti-team, we can just say Discraft mystery box. Do you still throw ultimate discs? I do not. They're very different and they require a completely different skill set to throw, so I try not to. What's the buy now price on this? I'm not selling this. We're doing giveaways. All right. So first disc at the top is the Discraft Mid-Range Elite Z Buzz 20-year anniversary. A white one with an orange stamp. Is this a good giveaway disc? Is this something that people would want? This feels amazing. This feels very good. Yes. Okay. So this is a giveaway disc. All right. We'll put that over there for now. We'll figure out the giveaways here in a second. All right. Next one up is a... Is this also I'm assuming this is also a 20-year buzz? Oh my gosh. Z Jawbreaker, which they've been loving doing these Z Jawbreaker plastics. It's got the 20 in the buzz right there. Do you guys like this? Is this a good giveaway disc? What is the stamp? Or foil. It's like the red and gold one. I don't know what you guys call that. You guys know. Yes? Okay. We'll put this in the giveaway spot as well. I think how we're going to do it too is we'll probably do like 2 giveaways or a couple giveaways. However many giveaways we'll do a couple, but then we'll do one that is only for Tour Life crew members. So everyone has a chance to win, but like the Tour Life crew, you guys will have like I don't know how we're gonna do it, but if you're a member of the Tour Life crew and you're supporting foundation, you're supporting Tour Life, the podcast, all that stuff, we'll do like a separate one or something at a certain point. So and I think there's like 60 of you guys or 70 of you guys. So good odds. Sir Lusion, good day, Sir Lusion, to join the Tour Life crew, man. All right. This looks like glow plastic. We got another 20-year buzz. I think this is glow plastic. Are we liking this? Is this a giveaway disc or is this trash? Not clear. Pass. UV Oh, it might be UV. Yeah. That's sick. Meh. Amazing. I'll take it. Yes. Nah. Oh, I should probably just put a poll up. Wait, let me just pull a poll up real quick. Start a poll. Giveaway. This is the first one that I've seen enough people say no. The other two were like clear, 100%. Everyone was like, yes, yes, yes. This is the first one that people are saying no. So vote on that, and we'll see. The other two were better. I agree. But maybe some of you guys like this one as well. I think this is a 20-year. Yeah, it's got the 20 in the buzz thing. All right, 69% saying yes right now. If that number drops below 50, we'll not do it. But as of right now, that goes in the giveaway pile. All right. I don't think I can give this away. I am almost positive I cannot give this away. This is the new disc that's coming out. I believe it's pronounced cicada. So this is the test flight for that. I'm almost 100% positive that I can't give this away. So this will not be eligible for the giveaway. Sorry. I think that's just a Discraft rule. You can't give away test flights, I believe. So I don't know. We'll probably do a review of this when I'm up at Foundation and see how this thing flies. What are the numbers? I have no idea. There's no numbers on it. No clue. What plastic is that cicada in? This has to just be Z. This feels like just a Z plastic. So who needs rules? $50 super chat to give away the cicada? No. I don't think I'm allowed to give this away. It does feel like an Undertaker, I will say. It does definitely feel like an Undertaker. They're a slower Undertaker, I've heard. We will see. I will do the slow test. My favorite slow test. Go out to the field, throw the same, and if one doesn't go as far, then yes, it's a little bit faster. All right. And then the last thing we got. All right, 75% say yes, so we're putting that one in. How are you guys feeling about this for a giveaway? A mini 20-year buzz. We liking that? Should I hold up another disc so you can see the size difference? Mini 20-year buzz. Let's do a poll. Easiest way. Always do a poll. Mini buzz. Yes or no? Add option. Okay. Oh. I didn't want to add an option. Dang it. Ask community. That's what I want to do. All right. Mini buzz. Vote if this should be added or not. Give away a passion. Ooh, I might have one. Hold on. I wanted to run through a couple goodies I got for. Oh gosh. Okay. These are the Get Sneakies. You guys said this was You guys said these were sold out already. I got another ESP Flex Get Freaky. I got a nice ESP Nuke. A sick Vulture. Tour Series Vulture. Love the double stamp silver. Got one of these bad boys. Another Vulture. This Vulture is super sick. Got one of these. And then I got four of my stock Raptors in my orange that I like a lot. Orange with blue. So I got some Raptors. Then I wanted to mess around because I kind of just wanted to see like how flippy the Passion can get. So I got some ESP Passions to try out. This one's a cool color. And I just kind of want to see how flippy these Passions are. These are first run Passions too. So I don't know if these were flippier than others. But these are all like kind of misprints. Sometimes, a wise man once said, the money's in the crumbs, folks. The money is in the crumbs. So a lot of people, when they go to the Discraft warehouse, they go to like the new racks and the new stuff. Your boy, I go straight for the misprint boxes out in the back, the things that have just been sitting there collecting dust. No one cares about them. I find the gems and the goodies there. I wanted to mess around with these soft roaches. Has anyone messed around with soft roaches before? They feel pretty cool. They feel pretty cool. So want to mess around with soft roaches. If I like them, might do like a dark horse run of soft roaches, and could be decent for the forehand. So that's kind of why I wanted to mess around with it. Soft roach, potentially forehand coming up. How is the soft plastic? It's soft. Then I got 2 soft zone OS's. These are extremely grippy too. Yeah, rubber. These feel like rubber. This feels extremely grippy, which I really like. So I want to mess around with these a little bit. Soft zone OS's. And then I got... Okay. These are kind of dope. So don't get mad at me that these haven't come out. I don't know why these haven't come out yet. Maybe let Discraft know that, hey, Brodie said that there's a box in the back of the warehouse with misprint get freakies, double stamped, that are fire. We want them. Stop hoarding them. We want them. Let them know, because I'm telling you guys right now, these things, you can see double stamped. They've got like the outline. So this black has like the silver on top with like the purple behind it. That's like outlined. This thing is freaking disgusting. Then this one, look at this one. This is like a black stamp with party time at the bottom. This thing is nasty. My goodness. Look at that thing. This is disgusting. Got that. This is the red, kind of same thing. Red with the purple outline behind it. It's hard to see on this one. And then this is like I don't even know what to call this one. It's black reddish or black purplish disc with the gold and then the glitter purple behind it. I mean, these things are absolutely disgusting. It's like a drop shadow. Yeah, exactly. Jacob nailed it. I mean, come on. These things are disgusting. So let Discraft know you've seen the Get Freakies and you want them. You want them badly. Or maybe we can convince Discraft to maybe do like a run of double stamps like this, of where they're like drop shadowed or whatever. That would be sick. All right. If you want that, if you guys want that, I think they're sick. So if you also think they're sick, then maybe we can do a drop shadow Get Freaky. Brodie, take one of Ezra's discs out of his bag and give it away. I would never. All right. Oh, I have another Vulture over here. And then, do you guys know that we have those Get Freaky minis? I found a little misprint one too. Get Freaky minis. These things are freaking fun to throw. The crazy thing is they fly just like a Get Freaky. Not as far. They still go pretty far actually, but these are sick. So Get Freaky minis. Check them out. All right. I think we'll do another giveaway. And let me find a good one to do it with. Gosh, that was a puny cough. All right, we'll do this one. This one's sick. All right, it's always a passion. I've talked about it. These things are coming out soon online. This is a disc that was a collab between me, Paige, and Ezra. Obviously, the passion is Paige's disc. So very excited that she was down to do a It's Always a Passion collab with us. I liked this stamp the most because it incorporates all three of us in it. You can see Paige's logo is the P. Then Ezra's logo is inside the O. And then my logo is up above the always. So all three of us are on this bad boy. And this is the Z Jawbreaker plastic. These are super sweet. They come in all sorts of different types of colors. Here's like an orange one. Very nice. Another orange one with like the black stamp. Then you got this light blue one. So very cool. I think this is the coolest one that I got. So we'll do a giveaway on this. It's Always a Passion giveaway. Like I said, be on the lookout. These will be coming on the website at some point. So be on the lookout. We'll throw that in. We got 4 discs right now for the giveaways. 4 discs for the giveaways. All right. It's always a passion, baby. It's always a passion. And then we got Flippy Boys. So you guys already saw the nuke that I put in my bag, which was like the misprint Ezra nuke. That's the sound you're looking for. So I got a bunch of those. This one's pretty sick. I got a bunch of those for backups because those bomb and I want more. Is that enough ASMR for you guys? Nice. Then I got these, which I was told were really good nukes. So these are just Z nukes. I got a couple of these that were supposed to be money. And then the last nuke I got to try out are the Big Z nukes. I don't love the feel of this as much as the ESP and the Z ones. I think it's just like maybe a stiffness thing for me. But if they fly good, I don't really care. So I'm going to try it out and see how they fly. Because ultimately, that's all I really care about. All right, so that's this box. Let me throw these all back in real quick. So stoked for these. Yeah, dude. I can't wait to see you guys launching these bad boys. Big Z is extremely stiff. Yeah. Get Jimmy G into disc golf. And I ask why? Why Jimmy G? You just a big Jimmy G fan? Who should O'Malley fight next? Cheeto and Marab. Oh, I know he wants to fight Cheeto because that's the easier fight. And again, easier fight probably makes him the most money. But I would like to see the Marab fight. The only weird thing, again, is like if Marab wins, then like, I mean, he should have to rematch, I would say. Because Aljamain like has won so many times in a row that I think a rematch makes sense in that situation, but I don't think they will. Cheeto won last time, yep. Yeah, I think Aljo should get the rematch. Just because he should get it doesn't necessarily mean he will get it, though. You know how Dana White sometimes be. All right. I'm just throwing these all back in there real quick. Oh, I think enough people said they wanted the mini as a giveaway too. So I'll probably just add this in to one of the other discs. So that way it's not like someone just gets a mini and they're like, "Well, I didn't want the freaking mini." You'll get a disc and you'll get the mini. It'll be like a combo thing. Maybe that'll just be for the Tour Life crew people. Maybe I'll do that. The Tour Life crew people will get the mini and something else. The minis are awesome. I agree. I think minis are very, very cool. The UFC doesn't like Marab or Aljo. They definitely don't like Aljo. I don't know if they don't like Marab. My 3-year-old would love the mini. The macro? Oh. Are you ready for college football season? Yes. I cannot freaking wait. I don't care about any of the teams playing this week, but I'm probably going to watch. I do not follow baseball. The only real baseball I get is stuff from Part of My Take and stuff from Pick Central. That's really the only baseball content that I consume is whenever they talk about it. Thoughts on the Florida Gators, Doc? I have not watched it myself. I don't know if I'm going to watch it, quite frankly, because it's a weird one for me, right? Because I was at college during all of that. That was my era. I went to University of Florida from 2000 to 2005, 2006, and then I graduated 2010. So I was there for all of that. I remember the Cam Newton thing. I remember when he got caught stealing a computer and chucked it out his dorm room. I had friends that were in that dorm. So I remember all of that. It's a weird one because you don't really hear too much of all the other stuff. I do remember like there was one story where like one of the guys locked his girlfriend's car in a towing spot. You'd hear about fights and stuff. You would hear about some of this stuff, but you didn't hear about all the crazy stuff that went on that obviously has now come out after the fact from all these people. And I don't know, man. To me, it'd be sad for me to watch it because I know all this stuff and I just heard that they didn't really actually discuss it. They try to make it seem like not as bad as it actually was. And I don't know, man. I don't have Tebow's number. I was never friends with Tim, but me and Peter, his older brother, did campus crusades at the University of Florida. So I got to spend a little bit of time with his older brother, Peter, but I never really had – the only interaction I ever had with Tim was the occasional like head nod because we both went to the same high school. He didn't actually attend high school. He was homeschooled, but he did play football at the high school. So he would just show up for – gym workouts, and occasionally I would bump into him in the gym or as he was walking through the halls, and I'd give a head nod. Would he remember me at all? No, he would have no idea who the heck I am. I don't really want to go through these, so I'm not going to. I will show you this one that I did get, though, because this is sick. Look at this bad boy I got, guys. Ooh. Black Get Freaky Wonder Bread. Very nice, very nice. All right, we have now made it to the Q&A portion of the show. I will be answering some of your guys' questions. How are you guys liking Vegas? It is very hot the days I've been there, but other than that, we are enjoying it. How do you feel about these courses for Worlds so far? Which is harder, and what do you think the hot rounds will be? Well, they made Brewster a little bit harder with some of the different tee pad locations. They also made a par 4 into a par 5, which I think will play a little bit tougher. I believe the majority of changes at Fox Run will make the course easier. And I don't know. I haven't done a scoring round myself, so I don't know. Would I ever go on the Heinous Barstool podcast? 100%, man. Obviously, if you pay attention to KB and Nick, who are on that podcast, A New Untold Story is the podcast that they have. If you pay attention to it, KB's mom, unfortunately, has passed away. So extremely, extremely sad news for him and his family. I was in talks with them, I believe, on Twitter a while ago. It's been a hot minute since we've communicated, but I was in talks with them a while ago, and they seemed like they were interested in doing some sort of disc golf content. So that would obviously be really fun to do. I think those guys are absolutely hilarious, super creative, and so it'd be fun to make some content with them. I don't really see them having me on their podcast because I don't think they have guests like that on their podcast. They'll have people from Barstool on their podcast, and then they'll have, I think the only other person I've seen on their podcast is some of their friends, like in their outside of Barstool. But I don't think they bring in guests like that. So I would love to do it. Obviously, just talking with those guys, I think it'd be hilarious. Who stays up the latest between you guys? I think it depends. Definitely depends. What disc do you think is going to highlight your play at Worlds? Passion, Zone. Hit up Mook. I don't have the capabilities of doing that. I don't know. I don't follow him, I don't think. Most of his videos are scramble videos. I don't know what the question was there. Underrated tour pro you like watching? Oh man, I don't know. What's a disc a lot of Discraft players like, but you don't? I don't know if I would say don't like. There's just a lot of discs that are kind of overlap. So they want to throw, they want to throw a Force. I throw a Nuke OS. Any chance of seeing you on Champs vs. Chumps? Are they still doing that? That would be fun to go on. Dark Horse Worlds pick besides yourself. Matt Bell. Big fan, Brodie. Always a passion. Best warm-up drills. I do the same exact warm-up every single day. So I'll first get on the ground. I'll do some back mobility stuff because my back has just been causing me lots of issues. So I'll do some back mobility stuff. Then I will go into some arm circles, and then I'll run through pretty much all the different activations that I need for all my major leg muscles. Then I will work in a little bit of shoulder movement, elbow movement, and then that works me pretty much into my badminton swings. And there you have it. I might do a little like Instagram video or something. Am I playing the Heiser Club tourney? Yes. Well, I don't think I'm playing in it, but I will be in attendance. I'll probably do the commentary on the final round. Do you throw a disc around before a round? It depends. If they do have a good practice facility, then yeah, I'll throw some discs out in the field. If not, then throwing into the net's fine. Any chance you'd throw a Get Flippy into the giveaway pile? Are they sold out on the website? Canada video, it's currently being edited, I believe. Gator clap celebration after you tap out for the win. That would be dope. That would actually be really freaking sick. I haven't really thought about that, but that'd be freaking sick. Any plans to play Discmania Open? I don't believe I'll be playing that. I'm pretty sure I've dropped that. I try to do a decent job of dropping out of tournaments like months in advance, if not weeks in advance when I can. So if you go onto my PDGA, you can see what tournaments I have coming out. They are sold out, yes. Oh. I'll do it in the future. I'll have to find a good one. I'll do a Get Flippy giveaway in the future. Favorite snack during a round? Probably almonds. Oh, banana pudding. Pecan pie is trash. Banana pudding is like one of my favorite desserts. Absolutely love banana. And bonus points if the banana pudding has like the wafers in it. Does the bush you trash talked a week or two ago have any beef? I do like peanut butter. I'm a big triple stack guy, so I'll go bread, peanut butter, bread jelly on both sides, bread peanut butter triple stack. Hey, do you, man? Pecan pie is trash. Do what you need to do to make yourself feel better. Is the giveaway us only? It'll be the only way you'll know the giveaway is if you are watching live. Or I guess if you go back and watch live. Yeah. I'm not going to post about the giveaway anywhere else. The only giveaway thing will be on here. So, what is your go-to Waffle House order? It is the All-Star Special, bacon, hash browns covered, eggs over medium, white toast, double waffle. No, I mean I'll send international. It costs a crap ton to send to you guys when you don't live in the States, but I've done it before and that's fine. What disc golf shoes should I get? I really like my Allbirds. My Allbirds are money, but they are not great when it's raining or wet. They're trash. But when it's good conditions, they're money. Did I meet Bert? No. I feel like you would do well on his podcast. He's high energy. I reached out to him a while ago to get him in contact with Trevor to get him on Trevor's show, and he seems super nice to me to do, and obviously super nice to take the time out of his day to come on the show. But no, I didn't meet him. Saul Dickerson throwing a Jawbreaker Z Buzz. Will there be a drop or stock release of them? No clue, man. No clue. Strategy for playing in mud? Don't. Do I get nervous before rounds? Yes. To me, the nervous thing, even when you look back at my ultimate Frisbee career, when we were, playing against teams that I felt very confident that we were going to win against, still got nervous before. Now, the nerves go away pretty quick. I would say the nerves go away a little bit quicker in ultimate than they do in disc golf because ultimate is such a reactionary sport. But, yeah, I think nerves are a good thing. To me, it's always one of those things of where if you're not nervous, if you don't have nerves, I think you just don't care. So I think everyone should get them in things that they care about. And the big difference between people should be more on how you handle your nerves, how you control them. And a lot of times when people talk about nerves, I mean, let's talk about it real quick. Like, what are nerves? Like, what is actually happening? And essentially, it's just fear, right? Like, it's getting nervous for something is, to me, it's fear. It's fearing failing. It's the fear of failure, and or it can be the fear of embarrassment. Like you don't want to embarrass yourself. And when fear hits you, and we see it, I think a good way of kind of interpreting what nerves really are is if you take fear to the most extreme things, right? If you have a situation where all of a sudden out of nowhere your life is now threatened for whatever reason that may be, we've seen people literally their bodies shut down because of fear. Like they cannot, their bodies does not operate. And I would say that is like the most extreme is when it's like life threatening. And so to me, when you become nervous, when you become fearful of failure or whatnot, that's where you have to try to battle out of that, because you're not going to perform at the highest ability if you continue to kind of have, your heart rate's a little bit higher. You start forming a little bit of moisture on your fingers. All these kind of things go into it. And then also the big thing too with it is now your focus has now been put on the fear of failure, the fear of embarrassment, whatever it may be. That's what you're focusing on. I don't want to mess up. I hope I don't hit this tree. Oh my gosh, I hope I don't embarrass myself. And that's all the things you're thinking about when you go into your throw, versus I need to hit this gap right here. I'm aiming for this. I'm focusing on my power. I need to throw this on a little bit of a hyzer, like focusing on the positives versus the negatives. Fear starts with lack of preparation. Yes, that definitely can add to it. I would say it's harder for people that don't prepare. It's harder for them to get over their fear versus others that are prepared. Shaking, sweating, breathing. Yep. Can we get an interview with you on Insta? Potentially. Where's somewhere you want to go play that you haven't played yet? Oh. Man. I don't know. Disc golf isn't really like that. I don't know why that is. It might be a money thing of where there's just not enough infrastructure, there's not enough changing of the courses and being able to manipulate them to where courses aren't drastically different from one another. Potentially. I don't know. Is Barsby healthy right now? Yes. Janice, how she's liking the new job. See, I don't even know if it's really considered. The thing for her is obviously she's treating it as a job, but I think it's a little bit different for her because she's not having to work to pay the bills or anything. It's like more of a choice that she wants to go out there and do it. So she is 100% bought in, right? I think that is the epitome of doing something you absolutely love, is when money's off the table. And that can even be for someone, working for a living, doing something that they need to have the funds come in to pay stuff. And maybe there's other jobs out there available that you could do and you could be making more money, but you decide to do the thing that you're actually passionate about. So she loves it, man. She's absolutely loving it. It's a lot of fun. They just had if you go to my Instagram, you can see they just did the calendar, and her photos absolutely fire, and she can't wait for opening game. Monday night opener. Did I play sports in high school? I played tennis, I played tennis and golf, and then I ran cross country and track. How many corgis is too many? I don't think you can have too many corgis. It's always a passion, baby. She's my number one Raider girl, no disrespect. Go Raiders, man. I hear NFL cheaters don't make a lot of money. They definitely don't. I would say unless you have other income coming in by like means of, a significant other or family members or something, I think a lot of NFL cheerleaders probably have other jobs, whether it's like bartending. Some of them had like legit jobs. Like, I think someone was in real estate, I want to say, on the Cowboys. I want to say someone was like doing leasing. There was a couple people that had like legit jobs. And then the majority, I think, have like secondary jobs where, they're a bartender, they're a waitress, something where they're able to pick up shifts. They're not having to do like a 9 to 5. And I think in Vegas, there's a lot of obviously opportunities for like nightlife kind of jobs. I feel like you would have a beast of a tight end. Really, do any of them have sponsorships that you know of? I don't think so. Did Hunter ever break 100 in traditional golf? No. No, I don't think he got close. Most could probably do social media now. It's harder to do. It's harder to make money on social media now than you think, Jonathan. It's so oversaturated, and unless you want to go the route that some people end up going, I don't think it's super easy to make money on social media. 6 cheerleaders versus the Bogey Bros in disc golf or golf? Would I throw any base plastic mid ranges? I was throwing the what was that? We did that UV run of buzzes. What was that? UV what? Oh my gosh. It was UV something. Crap. What was that run that we did? I think it was a baseline plastic. UVCT, thank you. Is CT baseline? Is that CT photon? That's what it was. CT photon. Is that considered baseline? It is. Okay. Durable baseline. Okay, yeah. So I threw that. That's the only time I think I've actually thrown baseline plastic for mids. What are you doing in 10 years after disc golf? Ooh, good question. Well, I think whenever I decide to, stop playing in tournaments, stop touring, I'll probably be getting a lot more involved with the day-to-day at Foundation, whether that is, adding more content, myself, continue to build out the Tour Life podcast. It's something that I really want to continue to do. I think when me and Yuli stop touring, I think the podcast will start getting a little bit more interesting than it already is, because we do feel like we're a little handcuffed with certain things, certain topics. It's also kind of, I try my best to ask the best questions when we have guests and everything on the pod. And I try my best to give my thoughts on everything, but I do think sometimes I sugarcoat, I guess might be the best way of saying it, some certain situations, because we do see people on a day-to-day basis. So would I ever do commentating? I guess that depends. The commentating is 100% on probably a financial thing, how much they're going to pay me. Because it is like, if I'm doing commentating, I'm not just showing up and being like, all right, what course are we? Who's playing? What course? Like, I'm doing my research. I'd be coming to the table to do the best job as I could, and I wouldn't want to just do that for free, obviously. I don't know who Chris Rose is. Hopefully he's an awesome individual. Brodie, have you ever took okay, well, what is your favorite brand of disc after Discraft? I'm not at liberty to answer that question. Any new release after Worlds? I don't have anything planned. Do you feel that you have any bad habits left from Ultimate? I don't think so. I think I've kind of worked them all out. Brodie, when you retire, would you consider holding the catch cam? No. You and Good ever going to do anything, or bridges burned? I was watching I watched this guy. Do you guys ever play Risk? Is anyone big into the board game Risk, which is now available on, you can play it on an app. You can also play it on Steam, I believe they have it as well. I'm a huge fan of Risk. I love it a lot. Me and my buddies used to stay up until 1 a.m. playing these epic games of Risk, because obviously when you play in person, it's a lot of a different scenario than if you're playing online and you can't like communicate with people. So I watched this guy. I want to make sure I give him the proper shout out. What's his main channel? The Kill Pete strategy. You guys ever watch this guy? Pete, the Kill Pete strategy. If you like Risk, definitely check him out on YouTube. He's very, very interesting. He is someone that has a like a philosophy kind of background, I want to say. He mentioned it at one point. I can't remember exactly what it was, but I think he has some sort of he's a very smart individual. You can tell he thinks about things in a very smart, intellectual way. And when he's playing Risk, obviously I love playing Risk, but I also like listening to him. He said something that was very interesting today. He essentially said, was talking about how for him, when someone like has done something wrong to you or to him in this scenario, he doesn't feel the need to reach out to that person to be like, hey man, you wronged me. Why'd you do that? Can you explain yourself? Can we try to work through this? Can we try to make up? He just basically is like, I just cut them out of my life and I'm over it. And I think a lot of that maybe has to do with your age, because I'm kind of the same way at this boat at my age right now. I'm in the same boat of where I have my close friends. I have my, friends that I've made through disc golf. I have all that stuff. And I'm just at the point in time of where if someone screws me and does something where I'm just like, oh, that's kind of messed up, I'm done. And I don't really have any interest in trying to rehash it. So with the good thing, I mean, there's a super long video out there if you want to kind of see how that all transpired and what all went down with that. Obviously, they're super successful on YouTube. I'm not surprised that they're super successful on YouTube, but there's a lot of things that are more important in life than being super successful and making a lot of money. You can be super successful in other things as well. So, yeah, I'll leave it at that. A man that is in a heretic after the first and second. Huh. Why you got sweaty ears? Do I have sweaty ears? I feel like my ears don't sweat. How many creators do you have under the foundation team now? I think we just have Robbie. I think really that's the only person that we've really brought in. I want more stuff. Yeah, Bro 5 was awesome, man. Bro 5 was really, really awesome. And, I just think it's a timing thing. I think if the Bro 5 thing would have happened maybe a year later, I think it all maybe would have worked out. But where it was right then and there, it wasn't something that I was interested in moving forward with. And clearly that, they figured their stuff out. Yeah, Miss Frisbee's right now. First right now at the silver event. Crazy, right? Bring in Anthony Bondanza. I do like the guy. I have watched some of his content. I do like that guy. Bondanza and Nate Turner. Yeah, that is going to be something that I'm definitely going to be looking into this off season about building out the team a little bit more. While you're talking to the masses, what are the other people in the B&B up to? I'm not sure. I'm not sure what they're doing right now. I think they're not here. I think they might have left. I know Ezra went to have a phone call. I don't know if he's still on the phone call or not. The greatest game of horse vids with the legendary shots are some of my favorite videos. We have talked about bringing that series back and doing another one at some point. That would be fun to do this off season. Is it ever hard to pick a B&B? If you do it too late, it is. We've gotten screwed a couple times of where we ended up having to be like 45 minutes away. My favorite breakfast foods, probably bacon. Bro vs. Pro, bring it back. That was an awesome series. We going to get a tour of the B&B? Nah, not tonight. Not tonight. Going to do a forehand video this offseason, like a tutorial video? Yeah, we can probably start doing some more tutorial stuff this offseason. Do you think there's a place in disc golf content for profanity and other antics? Yeah, of course. I mean, I think there's I think a wide range of content is going to appeal to all sorts of different types of people, right? So I don't think you should have the cookie cutter content. I don't think everyone should be copying each other. I don't think everyone should be doing the same thing. So yeah, of course, obviously there's gonna be some people. I bet there's some people that don't like the fact that I don't curse, and that's fine. There's other people I'm sure that make disc golf and do curse or have a podcast and curse. And if that's your thing, then that's fine. Yeah, whatever. Have I given Idio shoes a look? No. They would have to pay me a lot of money. Will I ever post on the golf channel again? Yeah, I mean, I think the off season is when I play golf. So I could see doing maybe some mini golf stuff. There's all sorts of new mini golf courses that me and Kelsey can do this off season too. So, did I go to Holden's Deli? Heck yeah, man, that place is awesome. Did you enjoy Hornet's Nest, the old tour championship course? It wasn't in its layout when I played it. So I don't think it was as good as a course as it when it was in its tour championship layout. Love the Foundation mini golf vids. Yeah. Foundation Nation might have been a little bit before. I think Foundation Nation would have continued if I was up there, because I was doing a lot of the video idea generation for that channel, and Hunter and Trevor were doing more of the video ideas for the Foundation Disc Golf channel. So it kind of worked out to where I was just like, hey, let's do this video. I think when I left Lynchburg, they kept it going for quite some time, but I think they just have way too much stuff on their plate, and disc golf is kind of the bread and butter. So that's where we're at right now. Do I like Connor Kennedy's song? Oh, man, that's funny. It was an honor to photograph your card on day 3 with Yuli. Sucked to see you congested, though. Yeah, day 3 I was starting to feel a little bit better. But, man, the flu is, like, brutal. It's not fun to have. And I was explaining, too, how when you have Lyme disease, it makes all these immune sicknesses way worse. So I just get dominated whenever I get sick now. Have you seen... are you currently sponsored by the shoes you wear on tour? No. Have you seen new Hole 9 tee for MVP? No. Does Paul continue his run of top 2 finishes at Worlds? No. Rather have COVID than the flu? I don't know about that. Probably not. I got Lyme at D-Glow a couple years ago. Did I work with Ricky on treating my Lyme? No, I went to a doctor. What's left to get points? Worlds and MVP. And then the Discmania Open and the Rochester one that's going on in Rochester right now. Flu's been hitting different since 2020, like our immune systems got weaker from not experiencing germs. Interesting. It's always D-glow. Do you and Rick talk about Lyme disease at all? We have when I got it, like the month after I got it, I think we talked a little bit. I mean, there's not really much to talk about now. For me, it's not really an ongoing battle. I got the meds and treated it, and so I don't really see, the only time I really see any effects right now is when I get sick. It just is way worse. You and Dude Perfect ever going to collab again? I don't know. No idea. We are in the realm of where they are so much larger than I am that initially I brought it to their attention of like, hey, I have this cool idea. We could do this like video together. And they're like, oh, sweet. That sounds great. Like, we're always looking for kind of cool new content. And it turned into this massive thing where we ended up doing 3 videos. They're so huge now. I mean, they sell out. They sell at these huge venues for their tours. So they're massive. They are so busy. So I would never, I don't ever want to put someone in a weird spot. You know, I have good relationships with a lot of the guys in Dude Perfect. So I would never want to like text them like, hey, can we do another video together or anything like that? Because I think that just puts them in a weird spot. If they want to do another video, they know that I'm interested and I would probably do it. So the ball's like in their court to kind of let me know. So that way it's not like awkward for me like, hey, let's do another video. And then be like, oh, okay, sure. You know? Do I putt with my pinky tucked? I do not. If you won Worlds, what is the first media you'd want to do? What do you mean? Give me some examples of what you mean. Any vacations planned after the season? It's a weird one because when my season's over, Kelsey's season kind of is like right in the thick of things. So we just got to kind of have to wait. Oh, I would love to go back on Part of My Take, obviously. That would be sick. It was crazy. I didn't really know what Part of My Take was when I went on there. Like I wasn't really a massive Barstool fan or knew much of Barstool's content when I went on there. I think it was like Trevor or someone that told me like, oh my God, you're going on Part of My Take? Like they're massive. I had no idea. And then once I got on the show, well, I did a little research before going on the show, and then once I got on the show, I started kind of like that kind of opened me up to Barstool's content, and now I watch like 3 or 4 different shows that they have. All right, Kelsey is FaceTiming me. That is signifying that this is coming to an end, folks. I mean, we almost had 600 people in here the entire time. I think we almost had 800 people at one point. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to wrap this things up with the giveaways. So I think this is what we're going to have happen. We're going to do, because this was the least popular of the 20-year buzz, we're going to mix this 20-year buzz with this buzz. Okay? So this is going to be one giveaway. And this will be available for everyone. Okay? Then we are going to do It's an Always a Passion. This will be a giveaway for everyone as well. And then we are going to do the mini 20-year buzz and the whatever this is, this Jawbreaker Z 20-year buzz. This will be a combo giveaway. So there will be 3 giveaways. This is only available for Tour Life Crew. So this one, if you're a member of Tour Life Crew, this is the one that's only available for you guys. If you're not a member of Tour Life Crew, I highly, highly recommend you check it out. See if it makes sense for you to become a member. Feedity just joined. Let's go. Welcome to TLC, baby. If you're confused with what the Tour Life Crew is, It's just the membership program here on YouTube on the Foundation Podcast. It's basically run by me. So even though it is under the Foundation umbrella, I'm pretty much going to be the mastermind behind it. I'm going to be adding in hopefully a lot of perks this off season as well. So definitely check it out. You can click the join button down below and it will pop up all the different benefits. You'll get your name highlighted. You'll get a badge next to your name, which changes as you have longer and longer memberships after each month. And we'll do live streams like this. And we'll have, hopefully maybe in the off season too, maybe some videos that are specifically just for the Tour Life crew. And yeah, Bald Brian says it's worth it. So, you know, shout out to my bald brother. He says it's worth it. So there you go. All right. So 3 different giveaways, ding, ding, and ding. What we'll do is we'll keep them for Tour Life crew. I'll make a, God, what we'll do on Tour Life crew. Tour Life crew, I'll make a post in community. Nugget, thanks for joining Tour Life crew, brother. Let's go. I'll make a post in the community page on Foundation Podcast, and you guys will be the only ones that can see that post. And I'll let you know how you can enter there. It'll probably just be like a comment. Like if you just comment down below or something, that will enter you in. The other two, we're going to give those away via Twitter and Instagram. So I'm pretty sure everyone has a Twitter and Instagram or has one or the other. And if you don't, it takes 5 seconds to enter, to create one. And if you really want one, you will create one. Twitter takes 2 seconds to create. So X and Instagram. Apologies. So what you'll do for those, for X, you will take a screenshot that you're subscribed to Foundation Podcast. So if you go to the YouTube channel, Foundation Podcast, you'll see the subscribe button. If you're actually subscribed, it will say subscribed. And if you're not subscribed, it'll say subscribe. If you take a picture of you being subscribed to Foundation Podcast, tweet it to Tour Life. You can tweet it to Tour Life and myself if you want both. Tweet it to Tour Life. That will enter you in one of the giveaways. And then Instagram will enter you in another giveaway, and you just do the same thing. DM. Bleep Bloop Ride says no thanks. Peace. Sorry, brother. Again, this is the best way that I can do giveaways on best way I can do giveaways on YouTube. DC, how would you like to do it? If you come up with a good idea right now, I'll do it. Let's hear it. How would you like to do it? If you have a better idea, DC, I would love to hear it right now on how to do it. Robert says, just pick me. Instagram, same thing. A screenshot that you're subscribed to Foundation Podcast and DM it to Tour Life or DM it to myself. Brad, you can't Twitch. You can do that. You can't do it on. Not going to explain it to you now. Oh, my guess is you don't have a good idea. How are we doing it on Twitter? It's the same thing on Twitter and it's the same thing on Instagram. Just take a screenshot that you're subscribed to YouTube and DM it. Well, Twitter you're gonna just at Tour Life at myself. YouTube, Instagram, you're going to DM. No, don't DM. Sorry, I meant tweet. Just tweet or X or whatever it is. Here's the thing, guys. If there's a better way to do giveaways on YouTube, I would love to know. There isn't. There's no way for me to have any sort of interaction with you on YouTube. Like DC, unless you want to literally comment what your name is and what your address is in the comments, which is a terrible idea. If that's what you want to do, that's the only way for me to be able to send you this disc. There's how am I going to contact you? There's no way for me to figure out how to contact you. On Twitter and Instagram, I can go to your profile and I can have a DM with you. So in the DMs, you can give me your information and it's private to everyone. There's no way of doing that on Instagram. Can't send photo to Instagram? No. On Twitter, you're going to @ Tour Life and myself. I wish there was a no, Tour Life. Oh, sorry. Okay. My Twitter is Brodie Smith 21. Tour Life, I believe, is Tour Life _pod. Tour Life _pod is the Twitter handle. And then Instagram, I think if you just search Tour Life Podcast, you'll see our logo pop up. Yeah, YouTube, there's just no easy way, because the other thing is I have done stuff in the past, way back in the day, when you could actually message someone. You go to their profile, but the problem is, like, everyone can change their name. Like, you can change your YouTube name. So there's no real easy way of doing it. Can't DM pictures on Instagram? All right, well, just say you're subscribed and I'll believe you. Yeah, back when it had friends. The problem is everyone could change their profile to the person that won, and everyone could change the name to the person that won, and then you have like 45 people that all have the same thing. It's impossible. Yes, you can. Wait, you can private message someone on YouTube? I don't think you can. Or you're saying you can send pictures on Instagram DMs. I think you can too. I definitely get people that send me like videos of them acing holes, or DMing me pictures of them acing holes. So, all right, that's it. Those are the best ways. I know how to do it. If anyone is smarter than me, which I'm sure a lot of you are, and you figure out a better way to do giveaways via YouTube, I would absolutely love an explanation, and I will for sure incorporate that in the ongoing future. But to all of our Tour Life crew members, all of our new ones, F. Diddy, Nugget, Jacob, Sir Lusion, Thor, Peeweet, thank you guys all so much for being to jumping on and being a member of Tour Life crew. Everyone else, thank you so much for tuning in tonight, hanging out with me. Appreciate all you guys, and hope you all have a wonderful night. We will be doing Tour Life next week. I have a brilliant idea for it. I'm crossing my fingers and hoping it all works out. If you haven't yet, drop a like down here. If you guys want to see more of these live streams with you guys, drop a like down below. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me and talking some disc golf. Other than that, that's all I got. Appreciate you guys. Have a wonderful night.